In a quiet African village, two brothers once shared everything: food, laughter, and dreams beneath the old mango tree. But time and greed have a way of changing hearts. When love turned into jealousy, and brother turned against brother, their bond shattered like clay in the sun. But years later, under that same mango tree, destiny returned to finish what the heart had left undone. This is the story of betrayal, revenge, and the power of forgiveness. In the warm heart of Nkoranza, where the sun painted the hills gold and mango trees guarded the village paths, lived two brothers, Kweku and Tomba. They were as close as twins, even though Tomba was 2 years older. Together, they farmed their father's land, shared laughter under the same roof, and even dreamed the same dream: to build a big house for their mother before she grew too old to see it. Their bond was strong, but like dry grass before fire, it only needed a spark to burn. That spark came the day a merchant from the city arrived, looking for land to build a cocoa storehouse. He offered a fortune for the brothers' field, the same land their late father had left them equally. Kweku, being calm and patient, said, "Let's sell it together and share it as father wanted." But Tomba's eyes shone with something new, something hungry. That night, he couldn't sleep. "Why should I share with him?" he whispered into the darkness. "I am the eldest. I worked harder." The next morning, when Kweku went to fetch water, Tomba met the merchant alone. He sold the land and took all the money. When Kweku returned and heard the news, his heart sank like a stone in a river. He confronted his brother, trembling. "You sold our father's land without me?" he asked. Tomba shrugged, avoiding his eyes. "You wouldn't understand city business. I'll handle it." Their mother, old and frail, cried beneath the mango tree that shaded their compound. "My sons, your father's spirit will not rest. Blood should never cheat blood." But Tomba's heart had hardened with pride and the taste of quick wealth. He moved to the city, leaving behind dust, silence, and a brother whose soul had been torn open. As weeks passed, Kweku's pain turned into bitterness. He swore to himself, one day, he will learn what betrayal costs. And so, beneath that same mango tree where they once played as boys, a seed of revenge was planted. Years rolled like the river, steady and unforgiving. Tomba's life in the city was full of noise and light. He bought new clothes, drove shiny cars, and laughed loudly at bars. But behind his laughter, his heart was restless. The merchant who bought the land grew richer, while Tomba's money slowly vanished through careless hands and false friends. Back in Nkoranza, Kweku worked hard on borrowed land. The villagers respected him for his humility. He helped others rebuild their farms after a flood, often refusing payment. Yet at night, when the wind rustled through the trees, he would look toward the stars and whisper, "Father, I have not forgotten what he did." One afternoon, news spread through the village like wildfire: Tomba was returning. He had lost everything. His business partners had betrayed him, and he was coming back to the home he had abandoned. When Kweku saw him walking down the dusty road, carrying only a torn bag, his heart trembled. Every part of him wanted to turn away. But their mother, weak and lying on her mat, said softly, "If you carry hate too long, my son, it will become heavier than love." That night, Kweku sat outside under the mango tree, watching the fireflies. Tomba approached slowly, his face shadowed by shame. "Brother," he whispered, "I wronged you. I don't deserve forgiveness, but I need a place to rest." Kweku looked at him for a long time. "When you took everything, I wanted to see you fall," he admitted. "But now that you have, I feel no joy." The silence between them carried all the years of pain, pride, and loss. Finally, Kweku pointed to the small hut beside his own. "You can sleep there. But forgiveness is not a bed you can enter in one night." Tomba nodded, eyes wet. "Then I will wait until my heart earns it." The moon above the village watched the two brothers, one broken by betrayal, the other by bitterness, learning that revenge, even when possible, never heals. Months passed. Tomba stayed quietly in the village, helping with chores, planting maize beside Kweku. The villagers gossiped, some mocking him, others watching curiously to see if the brothers would ever speak more than a few words. One morning, while working in the field, Kweku fell ill. The sun was fierce, and he fainted beside the mango tree. Tomba ran to him, lifted him onto his back, and rushed home. For days, he stayed by Kweku's side, feeding him water, keeping the fire warm, praying softly through the nights. When Kweku finally opened his eyes, he saw Tomba asleep on the floor, his arms stretched toward him. He remembered his own vow of revenge and felt tears rise. Maybe, he thought, this is what father meant by blood being sacred. When he recovered, he called Tomba to the mango tree, the same tree that had witnessed their childhood games, their mother's tears, and their years of silence. Brother, Kweku said quietly, you hurt me once, and I wanted to hurt you back. But life did that for me. I learned that revenge only multiplies pain. I forgive you, not because you deserve it, but because I need peace. Tomba's lips trembled. He knelt in the dust. You are stronger than I ever was. Together, they planted a young mango tree beside the old one. For our children, Kweku said, so they remember that forgiveness grows deeper roots than hate. In the following months, their bond returned slowly, not the same as before, but softer, wiser. They rebuilt their father's land together, sharing every coin, every laugh, every tear. When their mother passed away, the two stood side by side, holding hands beneath the shade of their twin trees. The village elders often said afterward, if you want to see what forgiveness looks like, go to Kweku and Tomba's farm. And as years faded, and the mangoes ripened golden under the African sun, the wind whispered through the leaves, not of betrayal, but of rebirth. Because sometimes, the greatest revenge is forgiveness.